Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are delighted to have you all for the orientation session of the Uthaan Club. On behalf of the Uthaan family, I, Disha Singh, welcome you all. Today, we have assembled to introduce ourselves to our wonderful new audience and answer any questions that you may have for us. Without further ado, let's commence by briefing you all about the club and what we stand for. Uthaan is the journalism and recreational club of ABV-IIITM. We strive to create a platform for students to cultivate a broad spectrum of skills and expand the boundaries of their craft and imagination. Established with a commitment towards their growth in all the spheres of life, we serve as a pioneer and build connections among all students of the Institute. To seek, to find, and not to yield. This is the vision with which we continue our memorable journey of 9 years and counting. The pandemic may continue to dampen our spirits, but the Uthan team's vibrance and efforts are what propels the club to celebrate each year as a success, even during such challenging times. To proceed with the evening, I'd now request Monica and Kailash to take over and brief our viewers about what to expect from Uthan.
In a world facing unprecedented times, institutions have fallen victim to these trying times of lethargy and lack of inspiration. Behind the walls they lived, hoping the walls will protect them and save them from the dangers of outside. But those walls failed against the eternal enemies of humankind, loneliness, and boredom. But there were them. Amongst all cares, there was a beacon of hope for the students of Triple ITM that goes by the name Uthan.
Hello, dear viewers. I'm Monica,
And I am Kailash.
and we will be your narrators for the show you're about to witness.
When the students of Triple ITM Gwalior were stuck in a exhausting cycle of online classes due to the enemy COVID, a source of relief was our mighty hero Uthan.
But who or what is Uthan? So let's start with a little exposition about our protagonist and what did Uthan do to alleviate boredom and inspire and inform students. So, what is Uthan? Uthan is our institute's recreational and journalism club, which aims to spread knowledge through a variety of activities. And like any other protagonist, Uthan also comes with some superpowers. So let's get into them one by one.
Hmm. Like in any other story, people will be uncertain about what the future will turn out to be. But the dark clouds of confusion will always vanish against the divine light of wisdom shared by our seniors with first hand experience of those situations. Yes, it's the hype, which stands for how you got placed. The original narrative of a successful placement is told by hype. From how our seniors got into a specific industry to how they got selected by their dream employer, we've got you covered.
But then you might wonder what exactly did they do? After all, knowing just the results is not enough, right? Worry not, we've got you covered there too. And for that, we have another one of our shows called Place Code.
Indeed, PlaceCode provides a comprehensive overview of the interview process. It allows you to understand the interviewer's perspective, learn about the rounds involved, and learn about raw interview questions and the strategy to address them under pressure. This series can be found on Uthan's Medium.
But as you know, there are many turning points in the story that make it interesting.
Correct. Even if you know what to do, it doesn't necessarily mean you can do it. I'm talking about speaking confidently during the interview.
So, what if you're not good at speaking and want to learn how to speak properly and comfortably with enough confidence? A story without character development and skill acquisition is not a good story. So, Uthan will give you all you need to make that happen.
With our roundtable discussion, you can sit with your friends or peers and have an open discussion on different topics.
And if you feel confident, believe in your skills, and have some opinions you want to share with the world, the big debate is for you. Through Big Debate, Uthan gives you a chance to officially argue on many points.
We all know that answering questions is crucial, but so is asking them.
With our show called Be My Guest, Uthan invites some eminent personalities such as Amanda Tharwal, sits down with them, and discusses the ins and outs of how they got to the point where they are now. You can check out our website to know more about some honorable people we've interviewed.
And if you have interest in knowing more about our alumni and want to know their stories, you can join our alumni meetup, where people who once attended our institute share their stories and experiences. Alright, putting an end to the discussion, debates, and interviews, we have something else too. After all, having multiple abilities makes you stronger in a different way.
That is correct. And so we present alphas. This is where things will get even more interesting. An open mic that is entirely accessible to the public, a stage where one speaks the language of poetry, dives into the beauty of music, and binds people in the world of their stories.
Whether you are a poet or a musician or a vocalist or someone who loves telling stories, Uthan will give you the stage to make it all happen. Now is the time to open the back pages of your notebook filled with unfinished poems, songs, and compositions that you have created.
And now let's talk about something you all have been waiting for, the freshest intro video of the year 2021. After spending hours editing and compiling what we received from you guys, the video was made successfully. So stick around till the end to view a sneak peek of our precious video.
The story has been quite gripping so far. The future already seems so bright, and the storms of despair have indeed watered down, thanks to our hero's entry. All of this is undoubtedly energizing, and we can't wait to see how this plays out further.
Certainly, but wait. Before we celebrate our happily ever after, let's munch on some popcorn and continue to the other half of this tale, where we experience all the fun events that our beloved protagonist is about to bring to students' life.
If you are someone who loves to tell the movie of your life by capturing moments and wants to share them with the world, our photography events have got you covered. Submit your entries to our Instagram page and you get a chance to share those beautiful memories.
Each day of our lives is worth celebrating, from the brightest of Diwalis to the most serene weather we witness in a day. For all such days, we have a plethora of photography competitions for you. Diwali with Uthan, Monsoon Diaries, In the Moment, you name it. And who knows, maybe the stories you tell through your pictures will be loved by all and earn you exciting prizes.
But what if you are someone who wishes to narrate and share your stories through the power of your words? For those of you who love to wield the pen or the podium, our literary and oratory events will surely help your thoughts and words leave a mark. Languages are no bar for powerful communication. Keeping this in mind, Uthan has been working on conducting multi-language events in the future.
Turn the Canvas is an event with a twist. Rather than sticking to just one motion like the traditional debates we have, this event will require you to speak for both sides of the debate, for or against. So get ready to flip your opinions as soon as the words turn the canvas are uttered.
Are you someone who loves to write witty captions for social media posts or photos? If you can manage to get a laugh out of us all with your humorous one-liners, the online caption writing event is made just for you.
Hold on. So far, we've only discussed sharing what you have with the world. But aren't we all excited by the prospects of gaining experiences and knowledge too?
Absolutely. With such diverse crowds and domains, exploration would be a wonderful venture. And what better way to do so than through our workshops? We all have many interests, and that are different from each other, but these workshops are made to nurture them all.
Google Cloud Workshop for tech enthusiasts, buzzing music workshops to embellish those musical talents of yours, and bird watching workshops for the nature loving soul in you. You name it. Maybe along the way of these workshops, you'll discover a new interest and set out to explore that too. We all love a fun round of Pictionary with friends, right from the hilarious scribbles drawn on boards to teammates scratching their heads. If you want to show off your scribble skills acquired during the pandemic, we've got you covered.
If you were asked to sell stupid products to your equally stupid customers, how would you trick them into spending their money? Get in the shoes of that salesperson and use shady marketing techniques in our product or promotion event.
While long summer days lie on the horizon with little to nothing to do, fear not, for Uthan will not get boredom get the best of you.
And so, Uthaan presents Refuse to be Bored, an event where you can showcase your skills in art, literature, video editing, and even your meme creations.
Uthan gives you a platform to showcase your talents, as well as to get to know the hidden talents of your batchmates, foster new friendships. Oh, and let's not forget about the prizes. Gaming has been on the rise in this pandemic. There are three kinds of people you would face nowadays. First, the people who thank heavens daily for the increased gaming time. Second, who were introduced to it during the pandemic itself. And third, who remain clueless about Valorant characters to this day.
Uthan conducted a first of its kind digital gaming event called Joko Blitzer this year, where we had a plethora of games for you to participate and emerge victorious in. From the likes of Crunker and Chase to Valorant and BGMI, the event was a great getaway from boring routines and an awesome opportunity to find greater friends among virtual enemies.
A. One enemy remains. Long.
An obvious question at this point should be, who are all these hardworking individuals making such things possible?
So, keep your eyes open because you're about to meet the main cast.
Uthan has four departments.
Firstly, the reporting department. They are the ones in charge of organizing and meeting with the guests who come to our institute throughout the year, ranging from placement representatives to HRs to social media celebrities to poets and much more. Meet Arushi, Aniket, and myself. They are our reporting department heads.
And then the events and shows team. This is the group of people who work tirelessly behind the scenes to plan and execute all the thrilling and spectacular shows. They're the ones who make sure everything goes according to plan. Meet Akash, Aditya, Tejal, and myself, who comprise our events and shows team.
Next in line is our content and blogging department. They are the people who write what you read. They are responsible for style and format consistency across all projects and communicate with other team members to create the best content possible. We have Disha, Mark, and Raj as our content and blogging heads.
Finally, the technical department. These are the creative people who spend hours looking for the best fit and making everything look like a work of art. With great knowledge and experience, they make sure everything is liked by all, which includes the freshest video too. Meet Khushi, Priyanshu, and Raj. They are our technical department heads.
What a lovely position to be in. The story is about to reach its climax, and you have already seen the invincible plan of your protagonist. But one thing still remains.
As you already know, heroes aren't born, they're made. It's time to go back to where it all started, to the founders of Uthan.
Meet Amandeep Singh, Arpan Jain, and Akshay Goel, who are responsible for starting and nurturing this club you see before you today. Uthaan is deeply indebted to them for its success. And now, we've finally reached the climax of our story, the moment we have all been waiting for. Uthaan presents to you the trailer for the 2021 Freshers Introduction video.
पिक्चर अभी बाकी है मेरे दोस्त पिक्चर अभी बाकी है
A big thanks to all the juniors who participated in the shoot, but still, these were just a few glimpses.
So if you want to be notified when the video is released, make sure you subscribe to Uthan's YouTube channel.
And for all those who wish to reach out to us and want to follow us on different social media platforms, here are our social media handles.
Wow, what an enthralling presentation. Thank you, guys. Next up, to provide some first hand insight into the opportunities and events conducted, I'd request Matt and Tanishka to share their experiences offline and online with all of us.
Hey guys, so it's really hard to imagine being part of a club when everything went online, and I honestly didn't have high expectations. However, that couldn't have been further from the truth. When I joined the club, I had questions like, "अभी ये घर बैठे सब कैसे होने वाला है?" I haven't even met these people. Will we be able to even work together? And once you join the club, you realize sky's the limit. At Uthaan, you can do almost any creative endeavor you want to take on, whether that be conducting interviews or publishing articles, and even learning new technical skills and soft skills. One example that I can give you is that our year conducted Gyoko Blitzer, trailer to Dekha Yoga, and my experience with this event was fantastic. We managed and coordinated everything from making teams to scheduling the tournaments and even hosting matches and announcing the winners for the same. And another experience, the freshers video. Those who joined and were part of the freshers video, you'll know that there's like multiple WhatsApp groups they have to make, and you have to check if everyone's slot is available. So there's a lot that goes behind the scenes, and being at Uthaan and working with people that it really doesn't even feel like work. So and those who joined, you'll know that pehla first 5 minutes it might be awkward and sub cam band karke rakhenge. But once people start talking and the ball gets rolling, it becomes really engaging, and you even forget that all these people, I've never even met them yet. They almost feel like family. So yeah, to everyone who's watching, I really hope that you get to be part of this club, and hopefully we meet you guys both online and hopefully one day offline also. So yeah, guys.
Thank you, Ma, for sharing your experience. I would now like to request our senior executive Tanishka to share her offline experience with the club.
Okay, so starting off, I don't know college kab khulega, but college jab khulega, Uthaan is probably going to be your favorite club. Now, obviously, I'm an Uthaan member, so you might think that my opinion is biased, but hear me out. So, in first year, after our classes ended, me and my friends would wait and like run to the Uthaan events whenever they happened. They were such a great stress buster and a great way to spend time with friends and also make new ones. I mean, I remember answering questions on where the second season of Sacred Games took place, and also random questions about the stock market, and debating alongside people I didn't know would eventually become my best friends. And those all experiences are open to everyone, so I urge you to make the most of it. But being an Uthan member was an experience of its own. I was a member of the reporting department, and reporting department mein hona, matlab you always have to be ready to show up whenever any prestigious guest comes to the college. You are the first person who gets to meet them, which is quite a privilege. See Aman Tatarwal. And I remember running from our hostels to the way we would, try to come up with questions, and the moment we'd get there, we'd ask them. And one great thing about being a part of the reporting department in particular was that we would get to interact with seniors in their pre final and final years and ask them all these questions about what they're doing currently, which would help us so much, and make us more clear about what we might want to do someday. Which brings me to Hype. So, Hype, as my juniors must have mentioned, is an event that Uthan does, and I was very lucky to be a part of this. Again, it was so much fun to hear the final year students, जिनकी job वॉब लग गई है एकदम अच्छे mood में, they treat us to food, they tell us their stories from first year, second year, and it used to be so much fun to listen to. And another event that I was a part of, I volunteered for, was open mic. And what happens in open mic is that ग्वालियर में जो भी talented लोग हैं, they just show up at our campus all at once. I'm not exaggerating. The quality of the performances was so good. I was astounded. Because usually you would have to pay to witness something like that. And I got to volunteer and observe as an audience. And I met some really cool people that day. But then COVID came along and lockdown happened. And you might think, उत्थान का अब क्या ऑफलाइन में अलग ही बात होती है, but Uthan kept me from being bored because initially when the juniors were delayed because of the whole J thing, me and my batchmates, we would work together so much that we made memories for life, whether it was friendly banter or doing a lot of work. I'm sure we'll all remember all of that. And when our juniors finally came along, we had so much fun. So in second year, I was a content department head, and my content department was less of a content department and more of a Attack on Titan slash anime slash book fan club. I mean, I remember having a very thorough discussion with people about who is our favorite Spider-Man, and most people said Toby, although I think that might change now. So, but we didn't only, do fun stuff. We obviously did work, our juniors, they rebuilt the whole Uthan website. We established our blogs on Medium. We had important meetings. We had time pass meetings. We had time pass में important meetings and important meetings में बहुत सारा time pass. So there was all of that. Eventually, Uthan is a recreational and journalism club, which I'm sure you must have gotten right by now. But more than that, Uthan is a platform to learn so much, not only from your seniors, not only from your juniors, not only from your batchmates, but also you learn skills and things that you would otherwise not know. Uthan really gives you opportunities, and I hope all of you make the most of it. So that's my experience. Thank you.
As we come to an end of our virtual assembly, I would like to offer my profound gratitude to Professor Rajendra Sahu sir, our faculty coordinator, for his constant support in guiding us. I would like to express my gratitude to the Uthan staff for putting this concert together. With that out of the way, we'll now proceed. The panel is now available for questions. If you have any specific queries, please feel free to ask them in the comment section. It could be about one of Uthan's domains, planned events, members, or the entire institute.
So we'll just take up all the questions that have been asked so far. The first question: how can we join the club? Will anyone take this?
Hello. So, for joining the club, I guess you will be receiving forms for interviews very soon. And if you're interested, you can always fill up the form before deadline, obviously. And we'll see you in the interviews. If you're selected, then you can be a part of club.
Thank you, ma'am, for your answer. Now we have an interesting question. Will there be new departments this year in Uthaan? So, anybody would like to answer?
Okay, so I guess I will take this. So first of all, my introduction. Hi everyone. I'm Bipin Pathak from Technical Department, and currently I'm in 4th year. So like you are talking about a department, so it depends on what you actually want to do. Like whatever you want to do, like we will support you. But for making a complete new department, you have to first tell us why you need a department. So if you can maybe tell us more about what you want to do, then we can help you out. But yes, we are always open to suggestions.
We are open for feedback. If anyone wants to share anything, please let us know.
That sounds interesting. Let's see what the juniors will get us. So, how many students are recruited from first year?
I guess someone from your year should answer this because you are the immediate executives, and after all, you will be handling the interviews. So,
Uthaan every year conducts its interviews, and based on that, we take up the juniors as told right now. And approximately for every department, we will be taking 15 to 16 juniors. It would depend upon this when we will be conducting the interview.
Yeah, there's no certain number as such, but yeah, it completely depends. But around 15-ish, I guess.
We have another interesting question popped up that can a member be part of two departments at the same time?
Yeah, so I'll take that question. I am Kawaljeet and I belong to the technical department from 3rd year. So the structure at Uthaan is very flexible. So you will be formally belonging to a single department only, but अगर आप technical department में भी हो, still you can take part in activities and do the jobs, take interviews for people, for example, in Hype, or maybe even help your batchmates in the content writing part. So that is not really a big deal, but formally you will only be belonging to a single department, but you can take part in activities in all particular departments. So that's quite flexible here.
Okay, so the next question: which club is better, Rotaract or Uthaan?
Okay, so first thing is like many of us would be in both clubs. It's not a necessity that you have to choose from one of them. So like actually I am only in Uthan, but like I am sure there are many members who are
hi,
part of both
Zach.
the clubs.
Exactly, sir. As I am part of both the clubs, I would like to make it very clear that both the clubs perform different operations. That's a social club, this is a recreational club, and they have different duties to perform. Get it? So we can't compare apples and oranges. Like they are different. So I would. That's a kind of diplomatic answer, but you get my point. We can't compare two such things.
All right, and we have another interesting question. Is it compulsory to join a club?
Like all of you are must be at home. Like I'm sure college won't open this sem, so it's up to you. Like if you want to join or not, but it's not
बाबा
compulsory.
ऐसी बातें नहीं करते.
Like क्या करोगे फिर? Like this is the only way for you to communicate with your seniors, to do something fun together. But like there are very less chances. So if you want to do, like, you should join. It will help you even after the college reopens.
Well, yes, that is very true because I mean, saying this from experience, it is really fun to be part of clubs and it does teach you a lot. So, the next question we have is why should we choose Uthan over the rest of the clubs?
You know what? We'll ask the same question in the interview. So you should be prepared with the answer. Like, why should we consider you for Than above other clubs? So you should be able to answer that. Like, what's in it for you? Why should we consider you? So yeah.
Someone has asked, can we be a part of multiple clubs at the same time?
I guess Shashwat or Tanishka could take up that question because they are a part of multiple clubs.
Okay, so I guess I'll speak. Yeah, I think you can definitely be a part of multiple clubs because in first year I was a part of every club, and it's all about prioritizing. You have to, give some time to padhai, obviously, and your personal development. But I encourage being a part of like many clubs because it's a great way to meet with people and also, get to know your batchmates and seniors. So at least, especially in your first year, try out everything. बाद में देख लेना second year में if you want to continue or not. Continue with that. So yeah.
So, another question that we have is are we required to already have tech skills to join the technical department?
Um, I'll take that one. There is, we assume that you are aware about a bit of, there's some of the tools that we use, like, for example, Illustrator or Photoshop. But it's not very rigid. आपको अगर थोड़ा सा भी idea है, or even if you don't have any idea, you can still learn while you are part of Uthan. But if you have something beforehand, it's definitely, you'll be preferred over other candidates, maybe. Or if you are able to impress us during your interview, then that's obviously up to you. But yeah, if you have previous skills, then that's an added advantage.
Someone has asked, what can we write about on Uthan's Medium page?
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Okay.
Yeah, so on Uthan's Medium page, if it's creative writing, we have the triple ITM narrative. So previously we had COVID themed articles, and we are open to whatever ideas you have, as long as they're fleshed out and it's not half baked. So yeah, once you join the club, you can submit your articles and we'll edit them and we'll publish it on our page, as long as it's creative. Then there is place code and hype.
Right. So, there's another question which asks if there are any prerequisites to join a club.
I guess for some departments there should be some prerequisite, as Kawaljeet said. Like, I'm not pretty sure, but for the other departments, you just have to be yourself. I mean, joining a club is all about improving yourself, like improving in the field where you're new to, or basically exploring different things. So you need not to be good at speaking and writing, maybe. You can always learn from the club. Like, being a part it has its own privileges. Uh, that's it, I guess. If anyone wants to add on to that, you are always welcome.
Yeah, I think like Ishita said, it's always good whatever you are bringing right up the front for Uthan. For example, technical में if you have some previous skills, then that's very good. Even if अगर आप experienced नहीं हो, then still there's no problem. What actually Uthan stands for is कि आप you learn in group. You work with your peers, you work in teams, you work in your departments, you work among all the departments, and आप सीखते हो अलग-अलग चीजें when you manage an event, right from the beginning to the end. From incubation जब आप idea सोचते हो, and right at the very end जब आप implement कर रहे हो. For example, we had this wonderful orientation session today. So like this, you work in a team, you learn many things, you learn good soft skills, your communication improves, your interpersonal relationships among yourself, among your peers, everything, everything is basically affected when you become a part of a club. Or because Uthan एक recreational club है, so there's a lot of fun activities involved, बहुत मजा आता है. So it's good if you are having some experiences, but even if you are like a complete, ऐसा तो कोई नहीं होगा जिससे कुछ भी नहीं आता. So yeah, whatever you are, if you are able to impress us in the interview, if you are able to answer the questions, if you are able to give good answers, interesting answers, then definitely you'll be selected and you'll be part of the team.
Also, I would like to add for the reporting department the prerequisites. And like in the reporting department, we generally look for people with good communication skills, but the parameter of good is not defined over here. O- like if you are able to express your thoughts and express like yourself in the interview, that is far more than enough for us. We won't ask you to take an interview of some personality right over there, or we won't ask you any like judgmental or tricky questions. It would be just a normal conversation in the interview, and if you are going to ace it, like we are like ready to welcome you into our club.
Would anyone else like to add to that?
I think I'll add something since other departments have spoken. Basically, adding on to that, creativity, I think, is something that we look for. But again, we see potential. I think that applies to all departments. If you have potential, we are here to, capitalize on it. And also, I mean, obviously, for you to practice and get better. Because nobody, comes in like as the perfect candidate. We've all learned, from being a part of the club, and you will do the same.
All right, and now moving on to the next question: is managing clubs and academics difficult?
Okay, honest answer. In online sim, it is not like you will be getting a lot of free time and you can manage different clubs as well as your academics at the same time. And you get what I'm saying. And during the offline sem also, it is not very difficult if you are good at time management and setting up your priorities. It's all about that time management. And time management is something you learn while you are in the college, like attending the classes in morning, then rushing to the events which are happening in the evening. Then some of you might be in sports, then rushing to the sports complex for different sports, then coming back at the room in after dinner, and then coding 2 to 3 questions per day. It's all about time management. It's up to you how well you handle it.
Right, true. Just like how Ishita ma'am said, in fact, clubs will, probably help you get better at your time management skills. That has personally happened with me, and I've seen a lot of people getting better at time management because of clubs. So the next question, does Uthaan help with personal development?
Yes, definitely. As we said, up अलग-अलग departments. So when you are working, either it is content writing department or technical or reporting or even in the EMT department, you are doing something that you are doing in a group. आप सब conflicting ideas आते हैं between members, between different departments as well. आप अपनी skill को भी improve करते हो. You work together in a team. Even if अगर आपके even if you are in a quite strict deadline, आपके exams भी they are on over your head, and you have assignments to complete, आपके कुछ test है, and still you have to do the work for the club. So you learn a lot of things, and definitely your personality development, it takes place. Your personality improves when you interview celebrities, when you interview people who are there from outside our college, and also our seniors as well in the hype series. So you learn a lot of things. आप उनसे बात करते हो, you talk with your seniors, you talk with people who are experienced, people from industry, people from different backgrounds. So definitely your overall development takes place, and that is also a very important factor, especially especially in your college life, your tender ages. That is a very good thing. That's one of the biggest reasons I joined Uthaan in the first year itself.
Rightfully said. And now moving on to the next question. Does Uthaan help its members to get placed?
Yeah, I'll add some points to this one. Particularly speaking, it doesn't help you in technical way, but it helps you in communication skills. So let's say if you are in a reporting department, you take up interviews, right? So uh, generally interviews you will be like with a person you haven't seen before. Like there some people have this stage fear, like how to speak with them. So in this kind of aspects, like Uthan helped me as well, like in my interviews, like the ones which I gave. Yeah, I think that's one point. I think many people can add some points to this one as well.
Right, the second point would be networking for sure. And it is very important to network with seniors when you are in college. वरना तुम अकेले अपने कोने में रूम में कोडिंग करते रहोगे, कोई तुम्हें नहीं पहचानेगा. Like literally, you will be giving contests and all, but when our seniors, because our seniors are constantly in connection with the alumni, and if alumni are opening any startup, they would be referring to our seniors to ask for someone like web development, for the web development or app development. And then obviously when if I get in any kind of opportunity like this, the first one to refer is मैं अपने juniors को देखूंगी. I'll see Kailash and Monica and all that. Okay, I know these people, they are good, they are doing good stuff, and I'll refer them. But if you are not a part of the club, I don't know you personally, so it will be difficult for me to refer you. Like this was just an example. I'm not
Yeah, doesn't necessarily mean they won't refer you, but it depends from people to people.
yeah, exactly. So like we'll prefer the club members over others, so like with same skills, right? So this is another very important stuff. Like I myself have got a few internships because of the connections that I have made with seniors. So we like obviously we won't call you in our rooms and say okay chalo baitho aaj hum coding karenge. We won't do that, but the communication skills will improve for sure. And the second part is like the networking skills, which will improve as well. So these two are the utmost important thing for getting placed, and it will Uthan will obviously help you with this.
And in some companies, communication skills are as important as the technical skills. So yeah.
Exactly, like for some companies, even if you are good at solving questions and you're not able to express your solution to the interviewer, it will get very difficult. Like you will be solving questions only on the screen without any conversation, so that is very important. Communication skills are equally important in interviews. Right, that's it.
Right. So the next question, what if someone doesn't have prior communication skills?
Okay, I'll guess I'll answer this one too. I mean, does not have prior communication skills. This seems, like obviously आपको अपनी बात रखनी तो आती होगी ना, right? So that's all we need कि आप अपनी बात, in a very simple manner you can convey your message, whatever you want to do. कोई भी आप event organize कराना चाह रहे हो, you want to, have some fun activity amongst yourself or, in the institute in general. That just needs to be conveyed, and it's not necessary कि आप fluent English में बात करो. Like I am talking in Hindi and English both. So even we have people here who are maybe not very much fluent in English, but still they are part of the club. So that's not a limitation कि only English people are eligible to be part of Uthaan. You just need to be able to convey your message, convey your thoughts with your team members and amongst your group, maybe sometimes to the seniors as well. That's just the limit. For interviews, yeah, definitely there may be some sort of threshold कि आपको you are a bit fluent in English, because we don't want कि during live interviews आप fumble कर रहे हो repeatedly. But in general, there's no such barrier.
Also, by the way, like if you want to improve on your communication skills and like just in generally, you should attend the Uthaan events which are open to all. So if you feel like you're lacking in communication skills, definitely attend the Uthaan events where especially the oratory ones, because you have nothing to lose. Like kya hi hoga agar if you weren't good at saying anything, you're not losing anything, right? So it's good to go out there and get some experience in practicing, because practice is how you develop those skills.
Would anyone like to add to these points?
I guess we should wrap up now. And if anyone's question is still unanswered and they want to reach out to us, they can always, contact us through our different social media platforms. They can even mail us. So, yeah, we'll always be in touch with you and we'll always guide you and all.
Okay, and with that, we have pretty much covered all of the major points. We appreciate our seniors' willingness to answer our questions. So, like every great story, this one is about to come to an end as well. But before that, there's something we'd like to say. These are the years of your college life, and they will inevitably come to an end in the next 4 to 5 years. All we can say is that if you want to know what lies beyond the door, don't isolate yourself and let this time pass you by. Uthaan has done it before and will do it again. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.